Welcome back to Black Renaissance. I have with me the honor of having a guest known as Fantastic Negrito. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to talk to you. I first heard about you as a musician. You know, I was telling you earlier, I was driving in my car listening to NPR, and they had their Tiny Desk concert and something like 7,000 submissions, and you were chosen as the winner with your amazing song. So talk to me about how it felt to win that contest. It was huge.
Well, it's called the Tiny Desk Contest because there's a Tiny Desk concert, but that's another thing.
Right.
So this was a contest, and it was quite unexpected. I didn't think I would win it. I just didn't think what I was doing was what they were looking for. So I just did one take of it one night in an elevator. Some of the guys...
In an elevator?
Yeah, in an elevator, and a very old elevator. And the guys in my collective, because I belong to a collective called Black Ball Universe, and they said, talk me into doing it, and so I did it. And I didn't think I'd win at all.
I mean, no concept. I mean, this is thousands of people entering.
Yeah, I just thought I'd just do a song and just do what I do, and, you know, it happened.
That song was called Lost in a Crowd.
Lost in a Crowd.
And I remember hearing it on the radio and thinking that it had this sound to it that was kind of rough, and you know, when you say it was you recorded it in an elevator, I can hear that now saying that.
Oh yeah, it was just my iPhone and I think a 57. We just recorded it. It was one take on an iPad.
That's incredible.
By a guy named Field, who's in our Black Ball Universe collective.
Beautiful song. You know, talk to me. I had the chance to look back on your just your history as a musician, and you have kind of had a winding road getting to where you are now. Tell me a little bit about your background.
I have. Well, my musical background, I didn't start until I was about 18. I decided I was going to teach myself how to play instruments, and about 6 years after that, I'd signed some major deal with Interscope because songs kind of came pretty natural.
And that's everyone's sort of dream to.
It was my dream, and I worked hard at it. And as soon as I signed it, my life ended basically. I mean, it was my creative life because it was kind of the end of something, and I think the end of just being a pure artist. I was in a situation where it was, you know, a huge corporation investing millions of dollars, and I had no clue as to what they wanted.
You're a musician, and they're bringing the business side.
Right, and that's fine, but I just didn't know it. I was really quite young. And so I don't have any bad feelings about it. I feel like that's what happened. I was just as much at fault as they were. And it's, you know, whatever doesn't kill us makes us better and stronger. And
you actually had a pretty traumatic accident happen.
I did.
That sort of ended that contract.
I did. Now, that's the second phase of all this, was that I was as I was signed as an artist to Interscope, in 1999 or going into 2000, I was coming down the street in Los Angeles, and I woke up 3 weeks later with a nice beard.
Oh my goodness.
And, yeah, I was in a coma, and I broke everything, destroyed my hands, my playing hands, as you can see.
Oh my goodness.
Which I now call the claw. It's now called the claw. And it just hacks instruments into submission, as I say. And
the claw can play.
The claw, it does its thing. I mean, the claw does about one or two things, but man, it does them hard.
That's amazing.
So, you know, sometimes you lose something and you gain something.
Yeah.
And there's a blessing in, you know, being in a coma 3 weeks and being kind of mangled. And it took about a year to recuperate, and then I started different incarnations of myself, and did tours and played music a lot until I was tired of it, and I quit and decided to become a farmer and have some babies. And then one of the babies I had brought me back to Fantastic Negrito. So at 5 years of not doing any music, I came up with Fantastic Negrito. It was about 2 years ago.
Tell me about that name, Fantastic Negrito. When I first heard it, it just kind of sticks in your head. You know, I heard the name again, and I remembered exactly where I heard you first. Where does the name come from?
It's a celebration for me personally of black roots music. You know, I was listening to artists like Skip James and Robert Johnson and Howlin' Wolf, and some people don't even know who these people are. And they're Fred McDowell, Leadbelly. These are geniuses, black geniuses. You know, they contributed to the world. Mississippi, I always say, should be the richest state in the union, and I think it's one of the poorest because it's made so many people millionaires off of the music.
Absolutely.
and the legacy of the music that it's produced. So I thought Fantastic Negrito was fitting, and it was the way to give a lot of respect back to these masters, geniuses, which just blow my mind.
That's amazing. And you actually have an EP out on iTunes now that just came out a couple days ago.
I do. It's called the Deluxe EP, Fantastic Negrito. There's only one Fantastic Negrito in the world, so that's very, very easy to find, Fantastic Negrito.
Okay, I'm going to go check it out as soon as we're done here.
I want you to.
In the meantime, let's hear you play. I mean,
Play?
forget the clip. Let's get a live.
I play like the tabletops and stuff.
Okay,
I'm
you're going to
joking.
beat this guitar into submission?
This guitar about to get his butt whipped. So I'll play a little bit of Lost in the Crowd, which is the song that I performed in the Tiny Desk Contest. And really, as one of the new people coming to Black Ball Universe said to me, a young man, you know, if you follow the crowd, you may end up getting lost in it. So don't be such a follower. And also, I just want to dedicate this performance to the people who lost their lives in that church. That's horrible. There's too much hate. There's too much violence. And we have to address it.
Okay. For more information, you can go to fantasticnegrito.com. He's going to play us out here. Join us next time on Black Renaissance.
Lost in a crowd, you feel your thoughts out loud. Lost in the wilderness of the sound. Get through.